Hey y'all. So I'm gonna start the tournament. I'm starting the tournament now. It's possible I'm starting with a bye. Um, just give me 1 second to pull it up. Okay, so as you guys can see, I got the bye. So, um, while I'm waiting, I am going to let's watch one of the games. Um, let's look at this one. Um, okay, so the game has already been started, and the players are off to a good start. The material is equal, and this game looks like it's going to be a good one. Now, the games are 5+3. Both of these players have not lost too much time yet. They both have just under 5 minutes. So let's see. Will you recapture with the knight or will you recapture with the bishop? Recapture. Okay, so you recapture with the bishop. He's trying to get a threat on the f2 pawn. If his knight would capture it without him castling, then it would have won an exchange. Um, so we have castle, kingside, and what will black do? Well, black can, if he wants, capture the bishop on c3, but I don't know if that would be great because the knight is very, very well placed. Now this tournament over here, it's the winner gets a $20 gift card, and if this live gets 50 likes, I will be raffling, and I win. I will be raffling off the $20 gift card. Okay, so he did capture the bishop, leaves him with separated pawns, but the knight was positioned well, so I'm not exactly sure. But at least now black does have the bishop pair. Um, so rook b8, h3, kicking the bishop. Both players are playing fairly fast. It's a blitz game. White has a little bit more time. Black has the bishop pair, a little bit of better pawn structure. Um, who will win? The game is still close. Um, Black makes a queen bishop battery to try to go for f2, maybe win that rook over there. Bishop takes f2 would be a fork between the king and rook, and it would pretty much win the game for black. So white goes rook e2 to defend it. Bishop attacks queen, bishop g6. Queen moves, offering a queen trade um, with queen b3. Um, like I said before, I have a bye this round, so I am not playing, but next round I will be in the game playing. Um, Queen a6, declining the queen trade, threatening white's rook and the queen at the same time, simultaneously. White has a few moves to stop the rook from being captured. One of them is queen d1. The other is queen c is sorry is queen d1. Um, and that is what is played. Like I said before, white has a little bit of a time advantage. Um, and and black goes for white's rook. Black has a fair space advantage. Um, and as well, black's rook has to move back. The queen moves back, and we are yet again threatening to fork the king and rook with bishop takes f2 check. Um, okay. So we are waiting for white to make a move. He's losing his time advantage, but that is not the most important thing right now. He goes knight d4 to block the f2 square. If black takes the knight, he'll lose his bishop pair, but he will get a pawn. So what will black do? Black cannot just threaten the knight with a pawn because the only pawn that can be used to threaten the knight is c6, which is being blocked by the bishop. If the bishop moves, there will no longer be that battery threatening f2. So it's a complicated position, but not a lot of time to think about it. So what will black do? By the way, in general, having two knights is pretty worse. It's not nearly as good as having two bishops, but black chose to exchange the bishop pair for a pawn. White goes knight b3, threatening the queen. Um, and black is going to move the queen. White still has a fair time advantage. Um, Black has to be careful where he moves his queen because his queen is needed for the defense of the light squared bishop. Right? If his queen goes, whoa, that was an interesting move. He sacrificed the rook. I'm not sure if he saw that it was defended. These players are supposed to be um, fairly good. The guy that just sacked, he's rated 2,000. I don't know exactly what he saw that made him decide to um, sack his rook. It looks like he's gonna lose the bishop also, perhaps because it's pinned to the queen now. But it is at an outposted position, so seeing as it's defended by a defended pawn, it will be difficult to win. But that doesn't change the fact that white is still up an exchange. Okay, so um, white is waiting. White is thinking he's partially losing his time advantage. I'm still not sure what black had in mind with the move rook takes b3. Um but we have queen b7. Getting a queen on the 7th rank can be powerful. Um there is no threat to the a7 pawn because it's defended by the queen. And I'm not sure exactly how black will continue because he sacked a rook. And he is down to under 2 minutes. Um, so I don't know uh, what he was thinking, right? Um, if we go back a few moves here, I'll show you. Rook takes b3. I honestly don't think it was such a great move. Queen takes. You really don't have much compensation for the rook. You do have a fair pawn structure. Um, a pawn was sacked just a second ago, taken by the rook. Um, and now um, white is back to being up a bishop and a pawn for a rook. A rook for a bishop and a pawn. Um, I believe white has made a terrible mistake. White has allowed queen takes f2 check. Um, and likely the next move is bishop to e4, threatening queen takes g2 mate. Yep, exactly. He white might have to give the rook back or possibly go rook to g1 defending the square. Um, Most likely, I don't see white trying to sack the rook anytime soon, so I'm going to assume that rook g1 will be what's played, but it's a bit of a passive move, although mate is being threatened and there has to be something done about it. So, Um, let's wait and see what will happen. We have 2 minutes and 7 seconds on the clock versus 1 minute and 17 seconds on the clock. A little bit of time advantage. I guess in a blitz game, it could be considered a lot. Um, but yeah, so let us wait and see what the move is. Um, and he sacrificed it back. Now the material is almost even. Black is up a pawn. But black also has the ability to take the pawn on a2. Um, just to show, queen e6 might be a threat, although it doesn't really accomplish much. Because the king just moves to h8 and is very, very, very safe there. There's nothing really white can continue doing. So now black is just up two, not connected, but two passed pawns. It will be very, very dangerous for white to continue playing in this position. White goes queen to d5 check, as well pinning the pawn and threatening to take the rook with mate. Rook cannot take queen because that would end in mate. I believe that the game might have to end in a draw, or the move queen a3, which defends the rook, right? Because if king g8, then queen just goes back to d5, game ends in a draw. Defending the rook is a good move. Perhaps after what black will now try to push, what they say, pushed past pawns. Um, and the c pawn is passed and it's almost at the end. So I'd assume that black is going to try to push it whenever a chance is available. But as of now, white has fully lost the time advantage. Um, so now the only thing standing in black's way is the queen. If he manages to trade it off, then it will be likely fairly easy for him to continue this game. I believe he can just push on h6. He'll be good. Hello to the new person that came. Um, and I okay, so he's running out of time. Queen h4 is played, threatening the pawn again, as well moving the queen out of danger. C3 is a very possible move. They're both running out of time now. There you go. C3, trying to promote the passed c pawn. Um, yeah, they are both running fairly low on time. I can see a likely move would probably be something like oh, rook d8, pinning the rook. Um, he's gonna try to exchange them and perhaps try to win the extra pawn. Black is well, both players are short on time. Okay, so he says, "Take my rook. If you do, I will take back with my queen and likely promote." And that is what happened. He blocked the promotion square. He's gonna try to take the pawn. Obviously, black will try to stop him. Promote. Um, Black has a small time advantage. He's gonna push the other pawn, obviously, to force it. He's gonna try to come in with the king. But I believe black in this game will be victorious, and it's a resignation. Let's go back um, to the tournament page. Um, Apparently, there's a sixth person in here now. So um, I don't know exactly how they'll allow a sixth person in here, but honestly, whatever. Okay, so I'm playing with HTC account, the best player that there is here. Um, E4, C5, Sicilian defense, what I regularly like to play. Um, He goes straight for it. I'm just gonna push. If he takes, I don't mind getting doubled pawns. They're not isolated, and he would have to give up the bishop pair for it. Go get some central control. Um, and let's see if he'll take. If he does, there's not really, and I take back, there's not really a risk with rook e1. I pretty much just block, and I'm honestly fine. Um, I'm not exactly scared of that move either. I'll just put my queen there. I want to eventually in the game get queen and bishop battery pointing to the king. Um, and yeah, so he pushes. He's trying to get a. Okay, fine. He's trying to win my pawn. I presume. Um, suppose just develop the knight. Honestly, I'll let him have it. Um, I don't think I really mind that much. He didn't even take. Um, his bishop's undefended, so I'm not really worried about any discovered threats because anywhere that isn't a check, I could really just take. My knight is also unpinned, so his knight is kind of threatened now. Um, I'm also rated a lot lower than this guy, so if I win, that would be definitely interesting. I'm not expecting to win. Um, like, I would take it, obviously. I might even go for like a draw. I'm kind of annoyed that I was black. I definitely like seeing as it's a higher rated opponent, I would hope that I would be white. So he takes with a discovered attack. I may have just blundered a piece. Yeah. This game's not going off to a great start here. I'm already down a lot. um, likely I'm gonna have to go for some kingside action. Um, probably something like there, threatening to take in um uh in either f2 or h2. Let's see what he'll do to defend. I am down a full piece and a pawn, so even if I manage to take, it's not mate. So I don't know exactly how much I would, gain from it. But it would definitely be bad for his king, and it might be the only shot I have in this game, seeing as I blundered um fairly early on in the game. Um, yeah. So okay. So he doesn't defend both. He leaves me open to take one. Um, and indeed, um, I'm going to. The only problem with it is that it doesn't. He kind of just moves his king there, and there isn't much um exactly like there's not much for me to do here. I just bring my knight back. I have a little bit of a threat here. I'm threatening to check him and then pin the queen, which would obviously immediately win me the game. Um, and yeah, then I have to. I mean, I'm down a piece. He's high rated. I highly doubt he's gonna fall for it. I'm pretty sure I know this guy like personally. Um, I don't see him falling for anything like this anytime soon. Hello, you just entered. Make sure to say hi in the chat, like the video. I'm middle of playing a lichess tournament. Um, so he took my bishop to stop any plans I had with the um, obvious pin. Um, I'm just gonna take back. Or maybe I should just threaten the bishop, because that might win. Let's calculate here. There. Um there. There. He moves. I can go there. Um then again, he could also just let his bishop get taken. I think that because then afterwards he can go there. But he could just go there immediately also. Gosh, no, I'm scared of this move. He would basically make my entire attack useless, but that bishop is blocking the e square for my rook, so there's nothing actually I can do. Yeah, he's gonna go there. It's gonna kick my queen out of any king attacks I could have had earlier. No. Interesting. Just threaten his bishop, I guess. So he moves back. That is available now, but his rooks are doubled, so it wouldn't really make as much of a difference as it would have made before. Um, and I don't want to get out of this thing unless I have proper calculation right, because then after check, he kind of just goes to wait, that might actually work. Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. I have nothing to lose. I'm down a full piece. Honestly. Um, hello. Okay, so I'm trying to currently, if you're new, I'm trying to win this rook over here because I'm already down a piece. If he goes um to d1, I immediately take it. So he's kind of forced there. After which I plan to go check over there. On e4. Um, he'll take. I'll take. Um, with a threat on his queen. So if takes takes. Hopefully, I can win something from this. If not, at least I have some gaining some time advantage. So yeah, let's see what he does. He's calculating for a pretty long while. I'm gaining a little bit of time advantage, not so much. But I hope. Okay, so he moved. I um figured he'd likely do a move like that. So I need to check him. I'm likely to go there. I'm not sure if it works. That's the only issue. But honestly, at this point, I'm not sure if I really have a choice, and I've also got nothing to lose. So I'm giving it a shot. If you're new, make sure to say hi in the chat, leave a like in the video, subscribe, and enjoy yourself with this lichess tournament. If this live gets 50 likes, then I will be raffling off a $20 Amazon gift card at the end of the live. So I have a 20-second time advantage. He took with the bishop. Um, now, um, it's confusing because if I take with the pawn, he just takes my queen. I take his queen. And I didn't really gain any material from that. Um, so yeah, but not seeing what other choice I have because I have to recapture the piece. Um, he'll probably take my queen. Um, takes. He'll take, and I didn't really gain anything from that. I probably could have, honestly, but to be fair, he's a much tougher opponent. Like he's a very tough opponent. He's rated 800 points higher than me. This isn't a real rating. You can see there's see there's a question mark there. It's provisional. I don't really play lichess often. I'm just playing it because that's where the tournament is. Um, so I'm not really 1200. I'm probably like 1500 if I'm being honest. But either way, he's rated a fair amount higher than me. Um, okay. Ah, okay. I wanted to go there because either way, his rook's defended. So I'm just gonna go check. Obviously, he's thinking that that would be mate, not that, but a little farther down. Um, he's gonna go and threaten his knight, or prepare to threaten his knight. Um, I have to watch my clock. He doesn't really have to watch his clock there. Um, there is a 3-second increment, so it's not terrible. But it's not great because I am down a fair amount of time. I can't offer draws. That's annoying. Um, there perhaps maybe I'll get lucky. He'll move his rook, but either way, even if he doesn't, that was kind of my only thing over there. I guess I can start like attacking his king. Um, and just see where I go from there. Okay, I see what just happened. At this point, I should honestly probably just resign, or I get checkmated. Either one is fine. So um, back to the tournament. If I can figure out how to get there. Um, let's see. There's one game left. I suppose while I wait, I should watch that. This guy is almost out of time, but because of the increment, it might take a while. Oh, he's also it's an 8-point advantage. The game's over. So um, currently my score in this tournament is, um, 1-1. I have 1 point out of 2 games. HCC account is probably gonna win. And 30 seconds until the next round. Now, I believe that I'm going to be paired with this person. I think I'm not 100% sure, but Pippy Pappy one. I think I'm going to be paired with um, that player. And the game is starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I'm against this guy. He's a bit better than me. I probably can win if I play well, but then again, it is indeed a blitz game, so not necessarily um, will that happen. I believe if he doesn't play the move in the next like 5 seconds, it's like a resignation or something. I don't think you can abort in a tournament. Um, does that just count as a win? No, it starts counting down from his clock. Okay. I'll take it. In a blitz game, you need all the time you can get. So he's already lost 15 seconds, which is a big advantage in a 5+3. So after 16 seconds, he finally goes. He goes for the French. I don't know much about it, but um, I can hopefully play it well enough. I guess we'll find out exactly how well I can play it. Um, pin the knight over there. Try to get a ton of pressure on this pawn. I think that's the point of the opening for white. Whoever's playing against it. Takes. I can actually take. Um, and that is almost free. Um, now I am Uh-huh. Okay, I see what happened. I mean, I'm gonna assume it's a common trick, but also that doesn't. I mean, oh, I see. My bishop was behind it. Dang, I'm not doing well in these tournaments right now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just starting the game, and I'm already down a dang ton of material. So I assume like last time, I'll just try to start a big king side attack and um hope for the best. Let's see, gonna get my queen in there. Um, Hopefully gonna bring my knight in there somewhere. Okay, see, I can still put my knight there, threaten, to take. Takes, I take. Um, I have a fair pawn structure, but, he is up 2 points of material. Um, and, yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, waiting for him to go. Um, I have 3 pieces. Okay, so he just moved his rook. Um, to which side do I move it to? So move there, try to castle by hand. That is now a big, big, big threat. Because it would win, a rook. So maybe this game is not done for me yet. I do honestly believe that um the move rook e8 was a blunder. It could be there's things he could do to stop me. I'm curious for how long was he able to capture that knight? That move that I went there, that was just a full blunder, I guess. That's interesting, but either way, at least now I get to um, capture his rook. Um, he does have a weak king. I'm going to try to do a rook lift over here. Try to attack the weak king. That's the rule. If your opponent has a weak king, go for it. The king is not really able to move out much. So if I check him over there, um, then it would definitely give me a fair standing chance at least. So he kind of shut that down, but that wasn't the only chance I had. Um, because putting his knight there blocked off his queen from the e7 square. Um, I believe that check is a threat. Yeah, he can't fork me because it's check. And after that move, I see. So that doesn't work because of the knight. Um, okay. So now that's a threat because it's no longer check. Um, go for an attack on the queen as well as um getting an attack here. Did I just blunder mate? No, that's not mate, but it does likely win the game. For some reason, I'm just not playing my best. But if his queen takes, it will kind of just be shut in there. It can get risky, I hope. Um, Check. So he moves all the way back. Go there, threatens mate. Um, I assume just threaten the bishop while at the same time. Oh, okay, it's not threatening mate anymore because he opened the rook. At this point, I'm not sure the game is winnable because he's managed to block um, all of my attacks. One last thing I have is a queen and rook battery against this pawn if I can manage to bring my pieces there. Um, okay, so he created a battery over there. with his knights. Just go there, prepare to push. Hello. If you're new, I'm playing a lichess tournament. Um, and make sure to say hi in the chat. Leave a like in the video. If I go there, it's mate. If I go there, it's probably also mate, but it'll take longer. I'm assuming he's gonna go queen e1. You could also go there, just immediately trade off queens, would eliminate all my chances of winning. And it would definitely be a very annoying move to play against. He didn't. Um, he's going for bigger than just a queen trade, and I believe he has achieved it. Okay, so while I wait, let's go over that game. Okay, so over here, at this point, we are exactly tied. Now I have a slight advantage. Best computer moves to take, which is what I did. And this move was my blunder. I missed clearly over there. Check, and he just won my piece. At this point, like I said before, my only chance in attacking is attacking his king. I'm able to pick up his rook. So his first to threaten his queen. Knight takes. This guy played very, very well, although I must say, yeah, mate in 3, mate in 2, mate in 1. So far, my tournament has not been going, extremely well. How do I get there? There you go. The games are, I hope, almost done, and, let's watch one. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, for more videos, for more lives. Um, Also, make sure to use vidIQ. I left the link in the description. Helps you make an awesome YouTube channel. Helped me. Um, and yeah, so let's see how this game is going. Both players are on fairly low time, not extremely low, and there is a pawn advantage by white. They are both evenly rated. If you're just coming on, hello, make sure to say hi in the chat, leave a like, subscribe, and I'm playing a lichess tournament. This is not my game. I have finished my game. I'm analyzing somebody else's game. King e6. And okay, so they both have low time. King captures. And after this, game, I think there's 2 more games for the tournament, and then um, we'll see who has won. So make sure to leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. Also, click the link in the description for vidIQ. vidIQ helps you with your YouTube channel. It made me the awesome channel that I am today. So make sure to click it. Sign up for vidIQ if you're trying to start a YouTube channel. It is amazing. So G4 Black HCC account is starting to run out of time a little bit. 27 seconds on the clock. There is an increment. And he is spending fair amount more than 3 seconds, 15 seconds, 14 seconds. And now white has a 3-pawn advantage, Black is almost out of time, and with 11 seconds on the clock, it looks like white will be able to win this game. Captures, bishop trade, and now leave a like and subscribe. So this game, they are almost out of time. After that, I will do my second to last and then last game. Make sure to stay tuned to see if I win the tournament. If I do, I will be raffling off the $20 Amazon gift card. That is the prize for the tournament. So mate is threatened. If you guys don't see, it was rook h1 mate. King g1 blocks that. Both players have extremely low amount of time. Rook g8 planning to go rook h8 and mate with rook h1. He doesn't care about the pawn. I'm assuming king takes, and we are threatening mate on h1. Um, so what will white do to stop the mate? It could be mate is inevitable, seeing as he cannot move the king to stop it. He sacks his bishop, hoping he'll run out of time. And that is mate. Um, let's go back to the tournament page. Next game is starting in 20 seconds. Make sure to say hi in the chat. And yeah, so we are waiting for the game to start. 7 seconds. Hopefully this time I am white. Let's see. Yes, I am white against Pippi Pappy 1. So let's get the game started. He starts with d5, an interesting move. He's pre-moving all of this. Get my king side ready. I'm going to try to castle early. That's an interesting move. Regularly, you want to try to get a center pawn castle. Perhaps I'm gonna go for a d5 pawn break. Yes. Okay, so waiting for him to move. We have about the same amount of time. And so he threatens my bishop. Interesting move. I'm considering pawn takes. So let's calculate. The knight takes. We take. He takes. I take. No, problem is the queen would be defending that square, so I'm not sure that would work. So I conclude that I check. Okay, take. And I am down a little bit of time, but I think I should be fine in terms of time. Move my bishop back. His pawn structure is not great. I guess that's the advantage that I have, although he does have much more space. So let's see what he does. I'm gonna probably hope to finish development. Okay, he takes. Gonna likely hope to finish development with something like that. If I can kick his knight, then I might be able to get the pawn, and it would come with a fork. So that's likely what I'm gonna go for. Um, I'm gonna go there, preparing that fork, which is now what it would be. He goes there, obviously defending the square, um, re-preparing the fork. See what he'll do. He could also just move one of the pieces. It would um, immediately stop the fork. Um, so I'm not sure because obviously, if there's no two pieces to fork, then there's not a fork. Um, so I'm not sure exactly what he could just move the pieces. I also have a fair size time advantage at this point. Um, but as well, the problem with moving the pieces would also be that this pawn is vulnerable. Obviously, now I don't have a rook with it because he moved the rook. Um, but um, it's still a pawn. Um, waiting to see what he does. Waiting to see what he does. Waiting to see what he does. I'm getting a fair sized time advantage from this move. I'm already closing in on a minute and a half, which in a 5-3 blitz game is a lot. Um, so yeah, on the board currently, if you're just coming in, B4 is a threat because it's a fork. Um, Now, what he doesn't exactly notice is that even if I do fork him with b3, I wouldn't actually be able to take because that would leave my rook. My pawn is pinned. See if he notices that. Threaten his knight. Um, if he doesn't move. Well, actually, at this point, now his knight is threatened because his bishop is blocking the rook from pinning the pawn. Um, so at this point, the knight is legitimately under attack, and after it moves, I will be able to capture the c6 pawn with check, which will give me a lead in material as well as the fact that I am doubling his time currently. Um, I take with check, so it doesn't really matter what threats he had because I have check. I can go for check over there. Um, let's see. He would go there. All right, let's do it. Um, okay, so now, um, what I'm gonna do is I am going. Okay, I have to be careful of my time here, although I do have a fair amount of time. But in a blitz game, you never actually have a fair amount of time. I need to find a way to kick this knight out of here. Um, okay. Development tempo on the rook. Um, and let's see what happens. I think I'm on track to win this game. Um, I'm up a pawn. I'm up a lot of time for a blitz game. Obviously, if this was classical, being up a minute and a half would not mean a thing. But seeing as this is blitz, um, it's a lot. He has to move his rook somewhere. It will be difficult for him to find a actually good square. But now my rook is free, so I can um, What should I do? I really want to like push and then threaten the knight. Because like that's a really difficult outpost, but he can't defend it either. So I think I'm gonna push because it also defends the bishop, which is a necessary thing. If he tries to attack it with there, I'm just gonna push and takes. My bishop is still defended, and it will be pretty much impossible um, to defend. Okay, he took. Um, I'm gonna threaten his knight. Okay, so I threatened him. Okay, he's at literally under a minute while I'm over two. Um, However, I still think that I have the winning position. Um, I have to figure out pretty much a way to get around. Um, I have to figure out a way to get into his king. So this pins the pawn. So that is now a threat. I need to threaten his king. That is how I'm going to win the game. As well, another way how I can win is because he's got 30 seconds on the clock. So even though he is up a pawn, I still think I have this game. Even if he doesn't run out of time, it'll still be difficult for him to calculate with that short amount of time. Um, I think I'm just going to um, push. It's a sack, um, and I better hope it's a sack that works. Um, Even though I don't even know if it matters because of his time. So he doesn't have the time to calculate whether or not that was a good move and what to do about it. So, check. He's got to move to either like there. Okay. My knight's defended, so I've got check there. Um, I don't know why I'm going so fast. He's the one with low time, but um, now we might be able to gain it back because of the blundered piece, which I did because it's very weird. I like to say that, although it applies for me also, when one person has low time, the other person rushes, um, which is very true. Unfortunately, that is what I have done. Um, so now I have to figure out a way to keep all my pieces, um, threaten his bishop. I know it doesn't actually threaten it 'cause he could just take, but literally any move right now works because he's moving so fast. He's going to be blundering pieces that quickly also. He does not have the proper time to think about his moves. Um, so he threatened my rook. Figure I'm going to go there. Um, take, take. He's pre-moving at this point. Um, to be able to gain some of his time back. He missed the fact that my knight was kind of just hanging there. So now I will take the opportunity to move it. None of us are up any material. He's got pawns. Um, I've got pieces. So I'm going to try to use my extra knight to to try to win some of his pawns, starting with that, threatening pawn over there, um, and also he's moving very quickly, which is stopping him from playing um, perfect. moves. Obviously, nobody plays perfect moves, but he is a lot farther than he would be from perfect. So he's pushing to obviously try and promote his passed pawn. I stop him from continuing to push, and he throws a check. I'll just move. He's got 3 seconds on the clock just because of the increment. He's going to try to win my knight, I presume, with a discovered check or my rook. So I have to move my king out of the danger. He had pre moved that. So that didn't work extremely well for him. Um, there. Takes. Um, so he just defended the pawn. I can bring my pieces now to attack it further, attack the rook, etc. He just gives me a check and then proceeds to push. I stop him from pushing anymore. Um, and now the only issue is I have to bring my king over there while his pawns kind of just capture all of mine and are likely to promote. Um, throw him a check. Now at this point, I have less time than he does. Um, throw him another check and another check. And now that his king is kind of stuck there, though, I don't have any more checks. Um, defend that, and he kind of just messed up there, lost his pawn. Um, um, win that pawn. But those two pawns are going to be difficult. I would assume that this game would end in a draw if careful play. Um, and I don't have time for careful play, which is an issue because I need careful play to have any chance at this game. So I have to start gaining time, and I have to start gaining time fast. And if he pushes, I'm likely to just take with my knight. Um, there. Um, okay, so he threatens my rook. I could very simply just bring it back. Now I'm threatening to go there and win his pawn. If I do, I might be able to um, have the game, but as well, I am very low on time. Check. And if I take the pawn, the only issue is the game is drawn. So I have to figure out a way to take it. Oh, 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 oh. That's not very good. Now I had it. I had the draw. I lost it. And now I'm sad. Um, so feel free to chat, say hi. If I can win back that pawn, honestly, I'll probably still lose. But it would give me perhaps a fighting chance. Knight versus rook. He'd probably still be able to win, but um, he takes my knight. If I take back the rook, I lose because he's got opposition. Of course. Um, Now at this point, I've got to hope for stalemate, which is unlikely to happen. I had the draw. I'm really upset that I gave it away. Um, let's see. Perhaps, just maybe, there can be a stalemate. I should have just accepted the draw. Um, yeah, now at this point, it's forced mate in two. GG's. All right, signing off. Gabi Rosenstein, keep Rosen chess, and I will see you next time.